You know, even if you don't have enough room to put in a contemporary garden or a standard raised bed in your yard, most people do have the space to do a potted garden. Here's where I put a lot of salad vegetables and a lot of things that we eat on a day-to-day basis. I mean, I've got the mint down here. We use that in mint sauce all the time. I've got some beets up in through here. We've got lots of flowers. This is a chocolate mint. Really, really different. Very, very interesting. You know, and even in small pots, you can grow spinach. You can eat the spinach as soon as it starts coming up. You just take a leaf off of every other plant. I put in lettuce in different spots and beets, and even strawberries in some of the pots do really well. If you've got a deep pot, fill it full of carrot seeds. It's amazing how many carrots you can get out of just a small pot like this. Last year I was pulling 10, 12-inch carrots out of some of these deep pots. I built this one specifically for carrots. Actually, some of them are going to seed right now. This is an interesting little box. They call that an earth box. And I threw in a bunch of different types of plants in there just to see what happens. And it's growing kind of out of control. It's doing quite well, actually. But it doesn't really matter if you overplant some of these pots because you can thin them as you go. Lettuce. You always eat lettuce. I overplanted it. For sure I overplanted it. But at any given point in time, I can go ahead and I can pick out some of the leaves. And it grows back almost as fast as you pick it. And on a daily basis, you can go through your garden, even when it's really small, and pick enough of the baby lettuce to make a salad for two, and it's almost going to replace itself every single day. Now I'm trying some other stuff down low here. I'm actually trying some snow peas at the wrong time of year. I don't expect them to take, but I thought it would be kind of fun. Now they get much, much larger when you plant them in the garden than the space that I have here, but I want to see what's happening. And we've got radishes. Did you know that radish leaves, the leaves on radishes when they're young, are as good as any lettuce? I found them absolutely fascinating to try different leaves from lettuce. The beets weren't too bad. Got more spinach in here. And you can always pop in onions just about everywhere. They don't take up much real estate, so give it a try. If you don't have room for a conventional garden, put it up on your deck.
What else is in plant foods that's good for us, besides the fiber, lignans, and isoflavones? Well, there's a wonderful phytonutrient in broccoli that we think accounts for much of its cancer-fighting effects. This was done in a petri dish this year. Cells exposed to carcinogens essentially just had broccoli dripped on them, and that alone protected their DNA from being mutated. Some new wonder drug? No, broccoli. There's another phytonutrient in broccoli that may reduce our fatal heart attack risk by 1/3. Once again, a reminder to eat our greens. Our hamster, Golda, was a great greens-eating role model for the whole family. But greens are more than just broccoli or those 3 spinach leaves. All greens have wonderful effects on us. Just to emphasize the point, the antioxidant, anti-mutagenic, anti-tumor effects of pine needles. Greens are greens, even when they're long and skinny. As General Washington ordered, even wild greens. But you have to know what you're eating. Once upon a time, a young vegan was looking for this plant, but instead picked this plant. So instead of having a nice cup of tea, he had a nice cup of poisonous foxglove, hence the article this year in the International Journal of Cardiology, an unusual case of atrioventricular heart block in a young vegan. They conclude in the article that should a vegan present in the emergency room with heart block, ask them what weeds they've been eating. So, okay, not all green leafies are good for us, but as long as we stay away from foxglove, hemlock, the tobacco leaf, and a few other leaves I could mention. The next villain on the lung cancer battlefield? Yes, from a cancer perspective, smoking a single marijuana joint is equivalent to smoking an entire pack of cigarettes.